All right, today I'm going to go through a profit and loss statement that caught my eye as I've been doing reviews this week for clients. At first glance, this profit and loss statement, it looks like a healthy business until we dig a little deeper. We're going to start with, as always, we break our P&Ls into the 5 simple numbers. Number one, total income. This team did $677,000 of total income. The second number we want to look at is the total cost of goods sold right here in red. That's the amount we paid out in this case to the agents and broker on their portion of the splits. And that leaves us with simple number 3, our gross profit, $486,000. Then we have to pay the expenses and see what's left. In red, $152,000 and change of total expenses. And that leaves us with simple number 5, the net operating income. In this case, $333,000. Looks good, right? So a team leader is running a team and they were able to net $334,000 roughly. So we have to look at how much the owner did in production, the team leader compared to the team. Because on paper, this looks great. I'm at a 49% net profit. The problem is, when we look at the owner production, they did $428,000 while the team did $229,000. So do you see the issue? They actually lost money on their real estate team. If they stopped selling real estate, if they would be losing money. I broke it down here in more of a graph form so you could see. So the blue circle is the total revenue. That's $678,000. Then 28% of that in red went out in cost of goods sold. The orange was our operating expenses, broken down into the 3 categories: people, lead gen marketing, and overhead. And then the green area was the net profit and owner pay, which is 49%, 334. The problem comes when we bring into the pink line. The owner did 63% of the total revenue, which was $428,000, but they only made $334,000 in net profit. And so essentially what this means is 14% was covered by the owner's production, or roughly $95,000. So at the end of the day, it looks like they made $334,000, but they actually lost $95,000. On paper, it can look like you did great, 49% net profit, but actually you lost money on your team. So what does it mean? It means you better figure out why your cost of goods sold is too high, is so high. And if it's going to stay that high, then you've got to decrease your operating expenses, because those are the 2 places you can screw up an economic model when you're building a real estate team, is that your cost of goods sold is too high or your operating expenses are too high in comparison. Which one is it in this case? I believe it's the cost of goods sold. Why? Because a good, healthy real estate team needs to run about a 30% operating expense model, 10% on people, 10% on lead gen and marketing, and 10% on overhead. In this example, they're at 23%. That's not bad. The problem is the cost of goods sold is too high. So I would dig into that. And when I did, here's what I found. Buyer income was $223,000, but the agent paid, or the team leader paid them $156,000 of the $223,000. That's 70%. They got paid 70% of every dollar that was generated. That's the issue. You cannot run a profitable business where it doesn't rely on you, the team leader, to do production if you're paying out 70 cents on the dollar, unless you spend no money, and that's the issue. The whole point with this is to make sure that when you are setting up your books, either you or your bookkeeper, and if you need us to do it, let us know. This is what we do. Make sure you separate team income from owner income. You separate it between listing and buyer income, and same with costs of goods sold. Separate the buyer agent cost of goods sold from the listing agent cost of goods sold, so we can get a very clear picture of where the cost of sale is too high. And then make sure when you're looking at your net profit, you are looking at how much of the revenue did you do as the owner. And that's going to give you a good understanding of, is my business truly healthy? On paper, this business looks healthy, but when we really look at the business and we consider those things, it's an unhealthy model. And if they continue to grow this, they're going to wish that they didn't have this business, because again, it's only going to require more of their production in order to make sure that everything's paid. If we could be of any help to you or anyone you know as far as real estate financials go, it's what we do: bookkeeping, payroll, implementation of a system like Profit First, we can all help with. I hope this was helpful. Take care.